Hey gang, Mocha Boy here, welcome back, and as always, thanks for tuning back in. So today I thought we would do something a little different and kind of take a break away from the training videos and just kind of talk a little bit about Reddit Force, where we're at, where we started, how we got here, things like that, and hopefully give you some ideas for how you want to tackle the game and try to decide about how you want to chart your path through the game. One of the things that you should know, and this is especially the case for folks who are just stumbling onto this channel, the name of the channel was on purpose, Reddit Force Chronicles. This was supposed to be kind of a documentary of where we started in the game and where we've progressed to, so that at some point, in this grand adventure, we could look back at some of those earlier wars and just kind of take it all in about where we've come and the time that it's taken to get here, the work that we've had to put in to get to this point, and just kind of reflect on, for some of us, the last 2 years of playing in this game. And one thing I wanted to point out before we get started with this was, I was going back through some of my earlier blogging days, and um, up on Blogger, I had put together a blog. I remember seeing this in clan chat. Somebody saying like, "Whoa, hardcore! The guy sets up a blog just for strategies." But this was one of the very first blog posts that I put out in the game. This was from April of 2014, and this was for something called the kitchen sink combo. This is when I think I was at Town Hall 8, and we were just starting to learn how to play with hogs. And this was probably the first, at least for me, the first iteration of surgical hogs, using giants to shield hogs so that the hogs could strip the base of its defenses, and then the wizards could come in and clean everything up. Um, it's just like art anywhere else in nature. Uh, it's very hard to come up with new ideas, and a lot of times that ideas are just refinements of old ideas. And this is my one claim to fame is that we came up with some of these strategies as much as as long as or as far away as a year and a half ago. So some fun reading there. Of course, over the course of time, we learned the game, we adapted to its challenges, and that culminated in this video, which was a ridiculously long video, and I apologize for the length of it. But it was a 40-minute video with a slideshow presentation talking about like how to go about setting up your bases for how to set up your bases and how to set up your clans to succeed in clan wars. And it was no small thing to accomplish something like this. You needed 40 to 50 players, all who agreed on a single idea, which was they wanted to excel at the game. They wanted to, as Jake would say, suck less. And they wanted to learn the finer points of the game, and that was always Reddit Force's mission, was to provide that kind of learning environment, that safe learning environment for people to learn these strategies in. And I have to tell you, after 2 years of chasing after this goal, of running through all kinds of drama in the clan, of people coming and going and building and rebuilding. It was a never-ending cycle of building and rebuilding the clan. But I didn't mention this in clan chat last night, but where all of that culminated was this war here with this clan called Origem. This was a war from a couple of days ago. It was just a 20-on-20 war, but what was special about this war was that we fought them tooth and nail for this win. This was not your average run-of-the-mill, go wipe or go wee wee clan. This was a hardened and well-oiled machine that knew what they were doing, and they were going to take this win away from us, if we let them. But there's something about going up against a superior opponent that focuses everyone, and we had taken every trick that we knew in the book: surgical hogs, AQ walks, La Lune, shattered CB, derivatives of every possible combination you could think of, and we threw everything at every single one of their bases, and we were able to 3-star every single one of their Town Hall 9s and walk away with 2 stars on at least all of their Town Hall 10s, which they outnumbered us on. And I mean, these were not simple bases. These were all set up as anti 3-star bases. Many of them, in a lot of cases, took several attacks to for us to get everything exposed, and then put appropriate plans in place to go and take them down. Um, The Town Hall 10s were going in and cleaning up, tough Town Hall 9s. Low Town Hall 9s were hitting high to free up high Town Hall 9s to go and hit low. I mean, it was just incredible. Now, I mean, I know this is probably nothing new, and this is probably nothing, all that spectacular, especially when you have, war clans in the 200 and 250 win mark. Um, just in clans on the verge of hitting level 10. But this was something special for us, and something special for me. A lot of the newer players may not be able to appreciate just how important this was as kind of a turning point in the clan. But this was the first war where we were able to use every single tool that we had at our disposal to devastating effect to defeat our opponents, and we walked away with the win with just 1 point. I mean, this was a well fought victory over a really really skillful clan. I mean, this literally came down to them being able to 3-star just a couple of Town Hall 9s that they missed on our side, and we were able to walk away with the win. So yeah, at least for me, it was really tough to pick just one attack to highlight because they were all amazing attacks. Every attack from our most seasoned Town Hall 9 attackers to our newer Town Hall 9 attackers, folks who've only been with the clan for a month, but came to us from maybe a Go Wee Wee or Go Wipe clan, and just wanted to learn some of these advanced tactics. Zerxar here, he's only been with the clan for a month, and he went through the academies, he went through he's gone through all of the different attack strategies and attack styles that we use. This is him using the M4X attack on a base that, and if you guys haven't heard of that, that's that attack that Clashhead shared with us. We were able to go and use this, on the right bases. Bases that would offer up both the AQ and at least 2 and sometimes 3 air defenses, and then just clean up with two lava hounds on the backside to take out the rest of the base. I mean, these are the types of things that we push, and we push on a consistent basis. And in the past, it's been tough. It was kind of hit or miss. Maybe you'd have a couple of guys in a war that were really good at hogs or really good at La Lune. Or sometimes you had 1 or 2 guys that were maybe good at AQ walks. But this was one of the first wars where literally everyone that was playing was well versed in every single one of the attacks. So from a command perspective, any of the elders could say, we need to order a hit using X, Y, or Z on such and such a base, and people could just step up and go and do that. And they just did an amazing job of planning the strategies, executing the strategies, coordinating with the previous attackers to make sure that we had the bases completely mapped out properly. I mean, it was just amazing. And and one of the things about being in a clan where everybody's focused on 3-star strategies, when you spot a base that is susceptible to a specific type of attack, for instance, in this case, an offset AQ, and that there are certain strategies out there that you can deploy that will exploit those placements, and then you go and plan the attack and then execute it, and 3-star the base. I mean, it's just amazing. This is not something that you can actually practice in regular matchmaking, because there's no such thing as like an offset AQ, or if you do, I mean, you would just be the luckiest person to ever find one of those bases in regular matchmaking. But some of our more seasoned players, they understand the mechanics of how these attacks work and what it takes to execute them. And when they're this is one of the secret weapons here at Reddit Force, is that our lower rank guys can hit all up and down the tree, especially if they spot a base that has a specific type of weakness. And that's exactly what happened here with Captain K in the number 15 position hitting number 9. I mean, this is the kind of thing that was happening on a regular basis throughout the entire war. And I mean, people were they were focused, they were aggressive, they just did everything right. They did everything by the book, and we were able to take away the win we were able to take the win away from this clan. I think they were going on 111 or 100 something wars as well, but we were able to stop them in their tracks. So it's attacks like this that just make me go wow. And this is why I was having such a hard time going through all of these attacks, trying to find stuff to highlight. Because I mean, we literally pulled every attack out of the book to 3-star every single one of these bases. Everything from go wee wee attacks to with back end hogs or back end loons, or like I said, every single trick in the book we deployed for every single one of these bases. And that's part of the fun here is, understanding base assessment, understanding how to get inside the base designer's head and try to suss out what they were trying to make you do and then do something completely different. In a lot of cases when you have an offset town hall like this, they want you to attack that side. The lesson here is don't attack that side. Attack the other reinforced side while you still have the bulk of your forces up. Because bases like this, if you were to attack them from the right, the base would get progressively more difficult as you progressed through it. And in attacking this side of the base, you're actually attacking the tougher side first while you have all of your troops, and then the base gets easier as you start to move through it. So, this is one of the oldest it's not even really a trick, but this is one of the things that we look for in bases. Where if we spot an anti-3 design, that makes it easier for us to be able to suss out where the bombs are, where the Teslas are, and help us to decide which sides to attack. So this is just one of the things that comes up after 200 wars, where you just get a feel for these things in the game. And Captain K, he used that to his advantage and was able to 3-star that base. And the script goes on for the rest of the attacks, and for the rest of you guys who were able to 3-star these bases. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, but I guess my message to all of you is if you're in a clan or if you want to really excel at clan wars and you're not finding what you want in your clan, you have the choice of either growing it organically, which is one of the things that we did here, so that's completely fine, or finding a war clan. But not just any war clan. I mean, it's got to be a war clan where it's got to be okay to fail, and it's got to be okay to learn. The guys who are up in the top 20 and top 50 brackets, there's no room for failure up there, because those guys are fighting for an impossible prize, and that's fine. You know what? Like I said, there are a lot of paths to enjoyment in this game, and we chose a more sane approach. What I feel is a more sane approach. So to kind of close things out, I just wanted to share a hearty thank you, both to the viewers, to the people who leave comments, to the people who even just chime in and say, thanks, this was really helpful. This has been an incredible ride for me. I mean, I would imagine that it's starting to slow down a little bit, simply because I've just progressed to the point in the game where there's not too much left to do, except guide the newer players on, which is fine. I think someone called me the old man on the mountain the other night, which is sad and happy at the same time. But whatever, it is what it is. A big hearty thank you to the folks that have been in the clan since the beginning. We're talking a year and a half, 2 years. I mean, I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking, playing a game for 2 years, but whatever it is, it's probably the same thing I'm thinking. And then, of course, to the leadership team, to the elders, to the co-leaders, the guys who are constantly poking and prodding and making sure that everybody's marching to the same tune. You guys are the oil that greases the gears that keep the machinery running here at Reddit Force. And then, of course, to everyone in the clan who's come to us, who responded to the banner and decided to call this your home for however long that is. Thank you for making this your home, and playing this crazy game with all of us. I mean, again, it's just amazing to think that we've been at this for as long as we have, but we're still having fun. And so long as we're having fun, we're doing something right. And as I've told so many people, the second you stop having fun, it's time to do something different. And for me, still having fun. And I hope that the information that we've shared with all of you allows you to continue to enjoy the game for as long as you want to play it. So again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your comments and well wishes. I hope you guys are as successful with your clans and your efforts as we were with ours. And just stay tuned for more.